order the December 27th, 2016 Port Orchard City Council regular meeting. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We are at the approval of the agenda. Does someone want to add excusing Councilmember Ashby to the consent? Mr. Cacciardi?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to add to excuse Councilmember Becca Ashby from tonight's meeting.
Is consent item B?
Please.
Is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second to excuse Councilmember Ashby, adding that as consent item 4B. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Any other amendments to tonight's agenda? Okay, how about a motion to approve the agenda?
Mayor, make a motion to approve the agenda.
A motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any further discussion of the agenda? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda has been approved. We are at our first citizen comment period. Jerry, you're the only one? No comments? All right. We are to consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
As amended? As amended. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right, as amended, sorry.
Amended and seconded. Any discussion of the consent agenda? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda is approved. We are to business items. We are to 7A, which is the approval of change order number 5 to contract number 010-16 with JMG Constructors, Inc., LLC, for the completion of the regional decant facility retrofit project. Mr. Dorsey.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. So on December 20th, 2016, the Port Orchard City Council was provided this same information. On August 23rd, 2016, and given that the change order authority limits established pursuant to Resolution 00615 had already been met, Port Orchard City Council authorized the mayor to sign change order number 2 for $36,894 for the regional decant facility and to manage the construction contract up to the budget authority allotted within the storm drainage utility budget for the project. Due to several grant-eligible soft costs that were not tracked by the Public Works Department, permit fees, PSE, design costs, water meter fees, on-call material testing, staff time and benefits, an additional work item authorized by the Department of Ecology in the city to resolve design gaps, including work items found within change order 5 attached. An overage of the allotted 2016 budget authority of $1,015,000 by $45,671.82 has already occurred. Staff recommends that the City Council authorize the mayor to execute change order number 5 with JMG Constructors LLC in the amount of $35,213.95 with the required funding provided by the 2016 Storm Drainage Utility Fund.
Yes, Mr. Cacciardi.
Mayor, I move to authorize the mayor to execute change order number 5 with JMG Constructors LLC in the amount of $35,213.95 with the required funding provided by the 2016 Storm Drainage Utility Fund.
Second.
A motion and a second. We were briefed pretty thoroughly on this at the last meeting. Are there any additional questions or concerns? Okay. We will be voting on approval of change order number 5 to contract number 010-16 with JMG Constructors LLC for the completion of the regional decant facilities retrofit project. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. We have, the motion carries for the change order. We are on to 7B. We snuck this one on here tonight because we didn't want the contract to expire. So Commander Schuster has joined us here tonight as filling in for the police chief. So With that, we've got approval of a contract with Kitsap Community Resources for our community service worker program. Commander Schuster.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. This is a new contract between the city and Kitsap Community Resources to provide supervision of defendants ordered to complete community service. And under this contract, those that are ordered by the municipal court to complete community service hours will do so under the direct supervision of KCR. This work will be performed on city-owned properties and will include such items as landscape cleanup, graffiti removal, garbage removal, sweeping, painting, etc., as is needed by the city. The contract will start January 1st, 2017, and terminate on December 31st, 2018. The city shall pay KCR the sum of $3,968.60 per month for the life of this contract.
Okay. We have a motion out there. Ms. Lucarelli.
I move to authorize the mayor to sign the professional services agreement with Kitsap County Resources for a community service worker program in an amount not to exceed $3,968.60 per month, commencing on January 1st, 2017, and terminating December 31st, 2018.
A motion and a second. And before, just to further explain this, the fiscal impact says $7,200, and that is the difference between what we budgeted
Okay.
and what the minimum wage law of the new raise in the minimum wage caused. So we budgeted for the old contract amount, the minimum wage provision was passed. This is a minimum wage employee at KCR, and so as a result, we got the contract after the budget was approved with the additional dollars per hour. So the annual cost of this program is $47,623, and the $7,200 listed in the fiscal impact is the difference. And so the chief has assured me he's got enough in his budget to pick this up in the current year, and when we do our budget amendments for the second year of the biennial budget, we'll amend, make a budget amendment at that time. I do have some concern over the usage of this program. It's been declining steadily. Hopefully that's a product of approved economy and people can afford to pay their fines. In 2014, 72 people a year were using it. It dropped last year to 61, and only 34 people have used it. I believe we have a legal responsibility to offer this to our citizens, but I have some concerns with the trends on it. And so I've got a meeting scheduled with the judge and the court administrator to kind of get a feel for what's going on here and why it's not being used to the level it should be, because it's $47,000 a year. So
Is there an alternative?
we need to investigate that. The county has its own program. In having a brief conversation with the court administrator, the county's program, you can, they had some abuse in the past when we had a similar program, from the standpoint that, Fred's got kids that play soccer, and they've got a soccer tournament. So that's a nonprofit, and he could get volunteer hours driving his kids to their soccer tournament in Yakima and back. So we had some abuse going on in the past, and they really like the program we have right now. Watering the plants downtown, it's pulling weeds at the parks, taking care of graffiti. We're truly getting benefit to our community from these hours. We got to figure out why so few people why people aren't using it. And if it's because we're getting paid our fines, great. If there's another issue, then we need to unearth that. So, sorry about the long-winded explanations. Are there any other questions?
Just
Yes,
one, that fiscal impact due to the minimum wage increase, and that's also assuming the increase that's proposed for 2018? Do you know?
I would assume so, because this contract is for 2 years.
Right, okay.
And the wage increase is stepped, right?
Correct.
It's a good question.
That is a good question, but we are going to, I know that we're going to capture the additional costs in 2018. But If not, it's KCR's problem the second year, but it'll catch up with us as we renew another contract because we have a 2-year agreement with them. So, yes, sir.
So just a couple of years ago, how many people were using this?
In 2014, 72 people, so usage
Oh,
has
wow.
dropped in half. But we were in different economic times,
Right.
too.
Do you have any details like how much supervision are they watching the person at work?
I believe so. They're,
So it's like we're paying somebody to watch somebody doing the work.
and transporting them. Remember, we bought the van for this program 2 years ago. Is that correct?
Correct.
And so, yeah, they need to be supervised, and somebody's, how many hours you showed up and worked, and they're signing the paperwork associated with that. So it's not a good return, but on the other hand, we have a legal obligation to provide this opportunity, and I think we want to benefit from it as a community. I'm just raising the flag saying, hey, something's not right here. We need to have this. We need to amend this contract. But I am going to look into it and report back what the challenges are and how maybe we can make this better.
I think it's a good program and I'll support it, but based on the figures you gave, like we're paying someone almost $4,000 a month to supervise 3 people a month, and you wonder how many hours those people are.
Those are good questions. Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to get into the details, but it seems a little. I mean, couldn't you just watch them out your window as they weed the patches or something?
I think there's other things you want me doing, but
Yes. It just seems like we're paying a full-time person to watch these people.
Yes. We remember years ago we had our own employee.
Station's cheaper?
No, I'm glad we
it
opt
is,
for this
yeah.
alternative, but it just seems kind of expensive, I guess.
So I could have not said anything, but I had the data and I didn't want you calling me on it later. So, all right. So, any other questions? Okay, hearing none, you are voting on approval of a contract with Kitsap Community Resources for Community Service Worker Program. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the contract is approved. Any committee reports from the council members? No? Okay, I've got a quick mayor's report. We were to Mr. Clausen. Do you want to get back to me on the 24th?
24th works.
Okay, so it sounds like our retreat date is the 24th of March, which is a Friday, and we'll figure out the rest of the details, get back to you on that. I see Bobby Stewart in the audience tonight. I was going to call her out last meeting. Just want to thank Bobby as our now past president of POPSA. And she's continually out on the streets with a positive message, whether it's downtown Port Orchard here at this council meeting. So, Bobby, I want to thank you for that and congratulate you on being the past president now. So you have more time on your hands. South Kitsap Rotary Clubs reached out to me, and they did actually a few months ago. They've sold bricks when they built that. There's a number of bricks underneath the gazebo, some to the left of the gazebo. They want to sell some more bricks. Previously, they sold them for $100 a piece. They're willing to raise half the money, and I didn't put it in the budget because they haven't raised their half yet. I've talked to Mr. Dorsey about it. We want to replace the 2 street lights in the park, or they do, with LED street lights, and add a 3rd street light down by the bridge, and also add an electrical circuit to the bridge so that possibly holiday lights or something could be added on to the bridge at times. The project's about $20,000, and the Rotary Club is committed to raising half of that. And when they do, then I'll come back to the council and say, we need some money out of Parks budget or something. So the president reached out to me again, is the council on board with this? And I said, well, I haven't really talked to him about it, but you haven't raised your money. So they're going to sell bricks. They're going to go within the park, and then the proceeds would then be used to improve the park. And then, anybody have any heartburn with that at all? Okay. Now I've checked in, and I can get back to the president of the Rotary Club. if you guys haven't heard, John Powers' wife Bonnie passed away. I believe it was Christmas Eve. So would you like some flowers sent from your Sunshine Fund?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. That, consider that done. And I went to a 4th grade class at Hidden Creek about a month or so ago. And last week, I got a stack of letters from that class, and they're all priceless, but I have 3 that I want to quickly read to you. So, put a smile on your face. Dear Mayor Putansu, thank you for your presentation. I'm very interested in being the mayor someday. It must be hard work. Is being the mayor your full-time job? Sincerely, Noel. The next one is, Dear Mayor Putansu, thank you very much for your presentation. It was interesting to learn how you got to be mayor. It was also interesting to hear that you can protect the Port Orchard City. It was nice to hear that you live with your wife. It was interesting to hear that the president lives somewhere different than from where you live. Sincerely, Tony. Because we talked about local government, county government, state government, and national government. So, the last one is Dear Putansu, not Mayor, just Dear Putansu. And so these are spelled very phonetically. I hope you can be the president one day. I hope you have a Merry Christmas time with your family. What do you want for Christmas? I hope you are on the nice list because Santa is coming to town. Sincerely, Vance. And that is my mayor's report. All right, we are to department head reports. Anything you folks want to share? All right, we're on citizens' comments. Jerry? Mr. Dias, you have anything you want to share with us? All right. Bobby? No? All right. We don't have an executive session, and our meeting is adjourned. Happy New Year.